Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 54 of Rapid Fate Online, and this one's titled Raid Party Assemble. Kirito held his hand out for Butterfly to place the bracelet on his wrist, and then walked away a little from you two to activate it. "What's it called?" Kirito called to you. "Aqua Vortex," he replied excitedly. "Cool name, On," he replied with a smile. Then he turned his attention on the bracelet and held his arm out to activate it. "Aqua Vortex," he called loudly, and the vortex enveloped him. He reached back behind himself over his shoulder and unsheathed his sword, doing some routine swipes as the water followed his movements. He tried a few ultra speed moves, and amazingly the vortex kept up effortlessly. "I'm very impressed, On. This is a quality item," Kirito said as he deactivated the skill and took the bracelet off to hand back to you. "Where did you harvest the wind from?" "Hummingbirds," you replied. "Ah, perfect choice," he said with a smile. "Say, when you set up your shop, let me know where you are. I'd love for you to maintain my equipment too." "Seriously?" you gasped. "I'm going to be maintaining equipment for both Kirito and Butterfly, the two most legendary swordsmen in a full dive game?" Butterfly and Kirito were both smiling at the absolute look of shock on your face, and Butterfly stepped to your side and wrapped his arm around you, pulling you in for a side hug. "I'm so proud of you, my gorgeous wife." "I'm proud of your gorgeous wife too," Kirito said. "You've hit the jackpot there, Butterfly. She's pretty and talented." Suddenly you heard someone clear their throat from behind Kirito, and you and Butterfly looked past him to see who it was. Asuna was standing there looking not so impressed with all this flattery, and Kirito quickly backtracked. "Whoops," he said with a sheepish head scratch. "Did I mention pretty and talented just like my wife?" "Nice save," Butterfly said lowly with a chuckle. "Actually," he added quickly, changing the subject, "there's something I want to ask you two. Would you like to come inside so we can chat?" "Only if my husband keeps his flattering tongue under control," Asuna replied curtly. "No, seriously, you should see this bracelet On made for Butterfly," Kirito said, trying to save himself. "It's amazing. It's unique, class." "Oh?" Asuna said, her interest piqued. "Let me see." You showed her the bracelet, and she seemed just as impressed as the boys had been. "Okay, Kirito, I'll let you off the hook because this is indeed a very impressive item and would require a huge amount of talent to make." You beamed with pride, and the four of you went back inside. "So, what do you want to talk to us about?" Kirito asked Butterfly, as he and Asuna sat down on the lounge. "Well, as you know, Kirito, the boss on level 44 has those two items I need to reinforce my sword, and I'd like to put together a raid party for the mission." "And you'd like us to join you?" Kirito asked. "Well, yes," Butterfly said nervously. "Would you consider it?" "Who else will be in the party?" Kirito asked, getting straight into strategy planning mode. "Well, you, Asuna, myself, On, and two of my other in-real-life friends, a beast tamer and a combat mage," Butterfly said. Sounds like a good team," Kirito said thoughtfully. "What do you think, Asuna?" He turned to his wife. "I'd love to join. Sounds exciting," Asuna said happily. "Okay, we're in," Kirito said with a smile. "Will On be maintaining our equipment?" He looked from Butterfly to you and smiled. "Yes, I definitely will," you replied enthusiastically. "Perfect," he said. "This will be a good raid." Butterfly beamed. "Wonderful. I just need to ask my two other friends now, and we can start working out an attack plan." "That's where Asuna shines," Kirito said, his eyes sparkling with pride. "She was vice commander of the Knights of the Blood Oath in Seio, specializing in strategizing." "Oh, stop it, Kirito. You're making me blush," she gushed with an embarrassed giggle, putting her hands to her cheeks to cover the pink blush dusting them. You smiled. They were such a cute couple. You all chatted lightly about possible ways to attack the boss when you suddenly remembered something important. "Butterfly, does the dragon spit fire?" "Yes, I think it does," he said, replying your urgent question. "Oh, thank goodness. Otherwise, I've made a completely useless item." He chuckled. "Even if I can't use it in this fight, I'll definitely use it in other ones." "Thanks, hun," you said with a smile, reaching for his hand to squeeze it. "Hey, have you told Mirio about Tamaki being Butterfly and RFO?" you asked your bestie at lunch the next day. Nah, babe, I wouldn't expose him like that. If he wants Mirio to know, he can tell him his damn bloody self. Okay, you laughed. I'm just asking because Butterfly wants to put together a raid party to take on the level 44 boss, and he wants you and Mirio on the team as well. Me? Your bestie yelped. Why me? Because he trusts you and he likes your skill, that's why. But don't worry, I'll be there too. Okay, but how's Butterfly going to get Mirio to join? Your best friend asked. Not sure yet, but do you know where Mirio hangs out in-game? Because we need to accidentally, on purpose, bump into him so that Tamaki can reveal himself, you said with a chuckle. Well, he's up on level 43 as far as I know. We could go and chat to him now. You know, pretend like we're just innocently asking questions, but we're really trying to get intel. Ooh, sneaky. I like it, he replied, taking her cue and standing up to follow her outside onto the grounds. She located Mirio quickly, and you walked over to where he, Nijiri, and Tamaki were sitting. Tamaki smiled when he saw you approaching and scooted over so you could sit down next to him on the bench seat. Hey baby, you whispered as you plopped down next to him and snuggled into his side while wrapping your arms around his arm, resting your head on his shoulder. He gingerly patted your head and sat still, almost afraid to move. Tamaki, Nijiri laughed. You look like you're about to pass out. I am about to pass out, he whispered shakily back. There's a beautiful girl on my arm and I don't know what to do. You looked up at him and giggled. Oh, stop it, you little flirt. Can't a man flirt with his own wife? He whispered cheekily to you, bending his head down to kiss you on the forehead. Wife? Nijiri spluttered. Did you just say wife? Inside joke, you said hurriedly, while waving your hand in a stop motion. Tamaki blushed and you nudged his knee with yours. Sorry, he whispered, his head still turned towards you as he nuzzled into the side of your head with his. Anyways, your bestie suddenly said loudly, Mirio, where you at in Arifo these days? And there ends chapter 54. Stay tuned for chapter 55 tomorrow.